Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are doing a full review and wear test of the Anastasia Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation on someone who has a dry complexion. I'm going to wear it for as long as I can today and we'll see how this matte foundation, seemingly, I did wear it yesterday, I have some thoughts already, we'll discuss. So we'll see how this foundation that is being advertised as being matte wears on my dry skin all day long. I have super dry skin. We are in the middle of one of the coldest winters I've lived through, and so I'm very curious to see how this matte foundation is going to react to my dry complexion. I wore it yesterday for probably around 2 hours, and in the 2 hours that I wore it, I will say it went from a slightly luminous finish, freshly applied, to a natural finish, but I never saw it look really matte on my skin. So today we'll see whether or not it will turn matte on me. I am going to apply it on top of my moisturizer, which is Magic Cream from Charlotte Tilbury, which as you can see has a bit of a glow to it. I love to test my foundations on top of a very hydrating moisturizer because I am dry, and that way I know exactly what to expect performance wise since I'm not putting a primer in the middle. This foundation was sent to me from Anastasia. I got two shades. I got 2WP and 2W. I'll show you what both of the shades look like on me and my concerns when it comes to the foundation shades and the undertones. Before I show you the shades, let me go ahead and show you the bottles. These bottles are absolutely beautiful. They have a champagne gold cap and they have a frosted glass packaging. The Anastasia logo right on the top, and then at the bottom here you can see the shade number. You get 1.18 fluid ounces in these bottles, so slightly more than the typical 1 ounce. These have a 12-month shelf life and they are made in Italy. And then here are both shades I have on the back of my hand. This is 2W and 2WP. 2WP is a little lighter and a little more neutral, so it is definitely the best match for me, at least out of these two, and the one that I'll be applying today. This foundation comes in 25 shades total, and in the 2 category, which is light complexion category, which is where I'm at, there is a 2N, then the 2W, and then the 2WP. It does seem right here like the 2WP is the lightest out of what I am talking about, but I'm wondering if 2N would have been a better choice for me because I do usually go for foundations that have a neutral undertone, and then a lot of people were disappointed about the fact that this foundation has 25 shades only. And while I will say that the shades are pretty evenly distributed across all skin tones, I do think that there might be a lack of different undertones for everyone. I definitely want to try 2 neutral to see if it would be a better match for me, because when I briefly applied 2WP on myself yesterday, even though the color was pretty good, it does look just slightly more yellow than my actual complexion. It's not necessarily a super neutral shade. This foundation claims to be long wearing up to 12 hours, safe for sensitive skin. It claims to have a natural velvet matte finish and mask imperfections and discoloration. It is vegan, cruelty-free, dermatologist tested, non-comedogenic, and it claims to be a medium to full coverage, long wearing, water-based formula that blurs pores, fine lines, and wrinkles for up to 12 hours, powered by precision blur technology. This hydrating, it says to be hydrating, velvet matte foundation features hyaluronic acid for a smooth, flawless finish and a second skin feel. One of the things that I was most curious about when it came to this foundation was definitely the fact that it claims to be for all skin types, but it also said, I believe I read this at Sephora or Trendmood or something, it did say that it was best for oily complexions. So I'm very curious to try it. I have had matte foundations, long-lasting matte foundations that have surprised me in the past and that have become favorites of mine. Most recently, the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation. So I'm very curious to see how this performs all day. As I said, I do already have my moisturizer on, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. I'm using my Refer LC03 and I'm just going to distribute it all across my face. 2 pumps seem to be enough for my entire face, by the way. Blending it down my neck a bit. Okay, so here's what the foundation looks like freshly applied. And as you can see, if you compare it to the back of my hand, it is a bit more yellow than my pretty neutral complexion, but I can definitely wear this color no problem. So take a look at what it looks like right here. And of course I will show you outside in natural lighting, although today is super gloomy. As you can see, with the reflection of the light, at least it has, I would say, a natural with a hint of luminosity type of finish, at least when it's freshly applied. I'm applying a bit of color corrector. This one is the Tarte Creaseless Color Corrector right on the inner corners of my eyes, inner third of the eyelid and underneath. And my Laura Mercier Flawless Concealer, which I love. And I'm just going to brighten my under eyes with that one. I'm going to contour and bronze my face with the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in Chocolate Souffle. And I'm just drawing it all throughout the face. And even though it looks pretty scary, it blends super seamlessly, which I love. I like to just tap in the product or swipe it as needed. I have been loving everything liquid and cream. So for blush, I'm going to apply the Huda Beauty Liquid Blush, which I tried yesterday in my last video that you guys saw, and I really loved it. I'm going to blend it with the LCO2 brush from Refer, just into that bronzer. It's such a cute shade. This is the shade Cotton Candy, and I am loving it. It blends very, very easily. It's not overwhelmingly pigmented. So here's what everything is looking like before I put any powder on my face at all whatsoever. But I will put some powder on, not everywhere, just like underneath my eyes and whatnot. I tried the Huda Beauty Ube birthday cake powder yesterday and I was impressed. The marketing for it is a little gimmicky, but the actual performance of the product is fantastic. And so I'm going to apply it today right under my eyes. It does not actually look as scary once you actually use it as it does online. This new packaging, by the way, for the Huda Beauty powders, I also really love. I love how bendy this mesh is. You can actually get to the product underneath. I'm even going to set right here with some of that powder. Okay, maybe in the forehead it is a little scary looking. I don't know, I still kind of like it. I think my lip look today is going to be my birthday present from Sephora, which is the Mario lip liner in the shade Rich Mauve, and then the balm in the shade Rosewood. That looks so pretty. Makeup is officially done, and so here is what things look like with the makeup freshly applied. I don't really have many concerns right now. Everything is looking pretty good. The foundation applies extremely thin to the face. It does have a beautiful medium buildable coverage. So far there is nothing looking dry on my face, not even in the area around my mouth, not even in the area of my cheeks where I powdered. Everything is looking pretty nice. So this is the beginning of my wear test. We'll say 11 a.m. is when I applied the foundation, because for the past 16 minutes I've been applying things on top of the foundation. So 11 a.m. is the beginning of the wear test. I will go ahead and show you what this looks like in natural lighting in a couple of minutes, and then I'll check in with you guys throughout the day. This is pretty much natural lighting, although I'll try again a little later. But I am standing in front of a window in my bedroom. Yes, it's her nap time. I'm about to feed her and nap with her. Well, she'll nap on me, whatever. Anyways, here's what the foundation is looking like, you guys. Is it looking really good, or is it me? Because I think it looks incredible. I already ate, so my lipstick is off and a little smudged. It looks so good. It looks like I have baby skin. Just kidding. We can't all be this perfect, right? But we can try with foundation. It is 2:58, by the way. 2:58 that I am recording this, which means I've been wearing the foundation for 4 hours already, and honestly it's looking absolutely flawless. I'll have to get a close-up mirror and really like see up close, but what I'm seeing in the camera right now looks incredible. Bye. Back in this room, it is 6:40-ish p.m. So it's been 7.5 hours or so since I've been wearing this foundation. I will continue the wear test, don't worry. Long lasting, I can assure you it is, because it looks amazing still 7.5 hours later. It looks pretty much freshly applied. Now it has changed a little throughout the day, and I'll explain to you the changes that I have seen, but like longevity wise, it is looking fabulous. I will say the finish of it on me and my dry complexion at least went from being a more natural finish to a very blurred, almost powder looking finish. It looks pretty similar to when I apply a powder foundation, maybe a little thinner. My point is my face looks pretty blurred and it looks pretty matte overall. It has not worn off, it has not creased anywhere. There is no patchiness going on. I have had my baby grab my face a couple of times throughout the day today and it's looking intact pretty much everywhere. My nose has been watering a bit just because it's cold, so if you see that it's missing from right on the tip of my nose, then that's why. But other than that, it is looking really good. I'm quite impressed with the performance so far. Is it a foundation that is going to be best for super dry complexions like mine? Probably not. I probably have better options out there, but I can totally make this one work for me. And if you're someone, even if you do have a very dry complexion like me, if you're someone who likes a matte finish foundation that makes your face pretty much look blurred, then you might want to consider this new foundation from Anastasia, because that is exactly the effect that I'm seeing on my face so far. Out of 10, I'm giving it an 8.5 right now, because it does have that powdery finish to it. To me, it looks a little bit drier than I would like to, but it says it is a matte finish blurring foundation. So it is pretty much doing what it's meant to do. But is it looking 10 out of 10 on my complexion? I don't think so. It does look a tiny bit dry on me. So I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10 at this moment in time. I'm going to continue the wear test for a little longer and we'll see what it looks like in a couple of hours. I pretty much gave you my final thoughts on the clip you just watched, but I did want to wait till the 10-hour mark to show you 10 hours in what the foundation looks like. It's 9 p.m. right now, so it's been 10 hours since I first put this foundation on. This is the 10-hour wear result, I guess, and it looks pretty much the same as it did 3 hours or so ago when I did my last check-in. So I am signing off. I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10, and as I said, the only reason I'm deducting some points is because I do feel like in some places, because it is so matte looking, it is looking a bit dry or powdery on me. But overall, it's a really good foundation, and I feel like if you have combination skin or oily skin, you're absolutely going to love it. If you guys like today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.